Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe, share with friends, and like. Your support means the world to us. Pause and reflect. What's resonating with you so far? Let us know in the comments below. Welcome to Inspiration from the East. We're glad you're here. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery and inspiration. If you find value here, please subscribe, share, and like to support our channel. Have you ever felt a deep soul-level exhaustion, a weariness that settles into your bones? It's not just physical fatigue from a long day, but something far more profound. An exhaustion not from lack of sleep, but from the constant draining effort of pretending to be someone you're not, the energy it takes to maintain a facade, to carefully construct an image for the world, can be immense. We spend so much energy performing, acting out roles that don't quite fit, reciting lines that don't resonate with our inner truth. We're constantly curating our words and actions to fit in, to gain approval, to avoid judgment. We become experts in reading the room, anticipating expectations, and tailoring our behavior accordingly. Wearing a mask for so long we forget what's underneath. The features of our true selves become obscured, hidden behind layers of performance and pretense. We lose sight of our authentic desires, our genuine emotions, our unique perspectives. These unwritten rules, the unspoken expectations of society, family, and even ourselves: be nice but not too loud. Agreeable but not without your own opinion. Just don't express it too strongly. Successful but not too proud. Ambitious but not at the expense of others. Always striving but never appearing too eager. These constraints shape us from childhood, subtly molding our behavior and beliefs. We learn to prioritize external validation over internal authenticity. We sand down our edges, hide our quirks, suppress the very qualities that make us unique and interesting. We become polished, presentable, and utterly unremarkable, and in the process we lose touch with our true selves. We become strangers in our own lives, disconnected from our passions, our values, and our purpose. The cost? Constant self-monitoring, anxiety, the relentless fear of being exposed as an imposter, and ultimately, a loss of genuine connection. Superficial relationships built on carefully constructed personas, leaving us feeling isolated and alone, even in a crowded room. But freedom is possible. It's within reach. Freedom from the exhaustion of pretense, if we dare to take off the mask and show up as we are, flaws and all. So, are you tired? Tired of the charade? Tired of the constant performance? Are you ready to put down the burden of who you think you should be, the expectations you've internalized, the roles you've been assigned, and pick up the practice of being who you truly are, the imperfect, authentic, and wonderfully unique individual you were always meant to be? For years, I believed success meant being polished and perfect. I thought that if I could just present the right image, say the right things, and achieve the right milestones, I would finally feel like I had made it. I chased after external validation, believing that it would fill the internal void I felt. I strived for an unattainable ideal, a flawless facade that hid the messy reality of being human, hiding my own messiness behind credentials and a carefully crafted persona. I accumulated degrees, certifications, and awards, hoping they would serve as a shield against judgment and insecurity. Each accomplishment was a brick in the wall I was building around myself, a barrier designed to keep the world from seeing the imperfect me. I thought these external markers of success would define me, but they only served to further isolate me from my true self. Ironically, I taught about vulnerability. I stood before audiences, lecturing on the importance of authenticity and emotional honesty. I shared research findings on the power of vulnerability in building meaningful relationships and fostering genuine connection. I encouraged others to embrace their imperfections and to show up as their true selves, flaws and all, while being terrified of my own. The thought of revealing my own struggles, my own insecurities, my own imperfections filled me with dread. I feared judgment, rejection, and the loss of the carefully constructed image I had worked so hard to maintain. I was trapped in a paradox, preaching vulnerability while simultaneously hiding behind a mask of perfection. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a sudden epiphany or a life-altering event. It was a slow unraveling, a gradual erosion of the walls I had built around myself. A quiet realization that I was living outside my own life. I was so focused on meeting external expectations and maintaining a perfect image that I had lost touch with my own desires, my own values, and my own authentic self. I was living a life that was dictated by fear and insecurity, rather than by joy and purpose. My research showed that the most joyful, connected people, The ones who seemed to radiate happiness and fulfillment were those who embraced their imperfections, who dared to be vulnerable, and who showed up as their true selves, flaws and all. They weren't afraid to admit their mistakes, to ask for help, or to share their struggles. They understood that vulnerability was not a weakness, but a strength. I realized I wasn't one of them. I was living a life of carefully curated perfection, but I was also living a life of isolation and disconnection. That realization was my invitation, a gentle nudge from the universe, to begin the journey back to myself, to rediscover my authentic self, to embrace my imperfections, and to live a life of genuine connection and joy, letting go of perfection, releasing the need to control every aspect of my life, and surrendering to the messy, unpredictable reality of being human. Showing up with my flaws, allowing myself to be seen, truly seen for who I am, imperfections and all. It was scary, terrifying even, to step outside of my comfort zone and to risk vulnerability. But each act of authenticity made the mask lighter. Each small step towards vulnerability chipped away at the wall I had built around myself. The world didn't end. The sky didn't fall. In fact, my world opened up in ways I never imagined. By embracing my imperfections and allowing myself to be vulnerable, I created space for genuine connection, for deeper relationships, and for a more authentic and fulfilling life. Authenticity became the key that unlocked the door to my true self, to real connection and joy, to a life lived in alignment with my values and my authentic self. Authenticity isn't just being real or saying whatever comes to mind. It's a daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. It's about aligning our actions with our values, living from the inside out. The opposite is conformity, shaping ourselves to fit others' expectations. Fitting in means changing to be accepted. True belonging means being accepted as you are. Authenticity is the cornerstone of real connection. It takes courage, sometimes standing alone, sometimes risking criticism. But it's the brave path, the one that leads to meaningful relationships and a life that reflects your truest self. Show up, be seen, and let your real self lead the way. Authenticity isn't a finish line, it's a lifelong practice. There's no perfect 100% authentic state. Striving for that is just another mask. Some days we'll speak our truth. Other days, fear wins and we slip back into old patterns. The goal isn't perfection, but mindfulness. Notice when you're not being true, and choose differently next time. As we grow, our sense of self evolves, so authenticity requires constant check-ins and curiosity. Let's release the pressure to get it right and give ourselves permission to be messy and in process. The real work is in showing up again and again with self-compassion. That's where freedom and growth live. Before we continue, let's take a moment together. Pause the video if you need to. Think back over what you've heard so far about the messy, ongoing journey of authenticity and the courage it takes to show up as yourself. What's one thing that's resonated with you? Maybe it's recognizing how perfection isn't the goal, or maybe you're realizing how often you chase approval without noticing. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share one insight, question, or even a personal experience in the comments below. Not only does it help you process, but it might encourage someone else who's watching too. Take a breath, reflect, and when you're ready, let's keep exploring this journey together. Our need for approval is powerful. It's wired into us. But when pleasing others becomes our main goal, we lose ourselves. We start living for applause, making choices to fit in rather than to honor our values. The crowd's approval is fickle, and chasing it is exhausting. Living authentically means daring to disappoint others, knowing you'll never please everyone. The alternative is disappointing yourself, the one person you can't walk away from. True self-worth comes from within, not from others' opinions. Taking back your power is the bravest, most liberating act you can choose. Social media amplifies the pressure to perform, turning our lives into highlight reels for public approval. We compare our messy reality to others' edited perfection, always feeling we fall short. This constant curation disconnects us from our own lives. We live for the post, not the moment. We become spectators, missing the richness of real experience. Authenticity online is a radical act, sharing struggles, posting imperfect moments, and being present offline. Use these tools for genuine connection, not validation. Remember, your worth isn't measured in likes or followers. It's found in the courage to live your real, imperfect life. When we live authentically, we unlock profound gifts. First, a quiet confidence rooted in self-acceptance. No more fear of being found out. Second, deeper relationships. Our vulnerability invites true intimacy and belonging. Third, a sense of inner calm. The anxiety of performance fades, freeing energy for joy and creativity. Life's challenges remain, but we face them with a stronger, integrated self. These gifts, confidence, connection, and calm, are the foundation of a wholehearted life. Embracing your true self is a gift to you and everyone you touch. Authenticity starts with small, intentional steps. Try journaling, reflect on when you felt most yourself or when you were performing. Get clear on your core values. Let them guide your choices. Seek out supportive friends or communities who encourage your real self. Therapy can help unpack old stories and build new habits. Practice small acts of courage daily, share a real opinion. Wear what you love, admit when you're struggling. Authenticity is a muscle. It grows stronger with use. It's not about grand gestures, but the 1,000 tiny choices you make every day. Authenticity is the path to true freedom, a freedom that resonates deep within your soul. It's about shedding the layers of pretense and societal expectations that have accumulated over time, like unnecessary baggage on a long journey. It's about daring to be vulnerable, to be seen as you truly are, imperfections and all. Freedom from the relentless pursuit of perfection, that unattainable ideal that keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and comparison. It's about letting go of the need to present a flawless facade to the world and embracing the beauty of your authentic self with all its quirks and vulnerabilities. Freedom from the sting of judgment, both from others and from yourself. It's about silencing the inner critic that whispers doubts and insecurities and choosing to believe in your own worth and value, regardless of what anyone else may think or say. And freedom from the weight of others' expectations, those unspoken rules and pressures that can stifle your spirit and prevent you from living a life that is truly your own. It's about having the courage to say no to what doesn't resonate with you and to forge your own path, even if it means going against the grain. When you anchor in your truth, when you connect with that inner compass that guides you towards what is right and true for you, you become the author of your own life, the master of your own destiny. You take control of the narrative and write a story that is authentic, meaningful, and uniquely yours. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It's already saturated with carefully curated images and unrealistic portrayals of success. It needs more real people, people who are willing to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be themselves, flaws and all. Your unique gifts, those talents and passions that set you apart from everyone else, your story, the experiences that have shaped you into the person you are today, your courage, the willingness to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. When you show up as yourself, authentically and unapologetically, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple effect of authenticity, inspiring those around you to embrace their own true selves. So here's your invitation. An invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery and authentic living. Take a deep breath, allowing yourself to be present in this moment. Put your hand on your heart, connecting with your inner wisdom, and ask, what's one small thing I can do today to be more true to myself? What small step can you take to honor your authentic self and live a more fulfilling life? You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know exactly where you're going or how you're going to get there. Just be willing to start. Just be willing to take that first step, to open that door, to begin the journey. The journey home to yourself, the journey to authentic living, begins with a single brave step. It's a step towards self-acceptance, self-love, and self-discovery. Put down the mask. Release the persona you've been presenting to the world. Your true self is waiting, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard, waiting to be loved. And you are worthy of this freedom. You are worthy of living a life that is authentic, meaningful, and true to yourself. If this message resonated with you, imagine what could happen if more people dared to live unmasked. Your journey towards authenticity is not just personal, it's powerful. Every step you take inspires someone else to do the same. So, if you found value in this video, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more stories and practical tools on living true. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder that they're not alone, and comment below. What's one small step you'll take today to honor your authentic self? Let's create a community where realness is celebrated and every voice is heard. Your story matters. Let's write the next chapter together. Thank you for watching, and remember, the world needs your true self now more than ever.